Hey everybody, Sidekick Guy here. Welcome to Just One Dash. It's Monday at noon Eastern. This version of Just One Dash was actually pre-recorded and is not being live, but instead being done as a premiere. Welty did a premiere last week, and I thought to myself after watching it, I said, this would be perfect for Just One Dash, because my biggest problem with Just One Dash is that there's comments coming in and people are asking questions and stuff, and I can't see it and I can't respond. So right now I am actually in the chat and I am watching the chat, and if anybody wants to ask any questions about this delivery as we do it, so be it. It will also give me a chance to add some post-production stuff and things like that. So anyway, we're on our way to this. This general direction here, I think. Little Caesars. It's not really a great run, but it was getting me back on the road again. I liked where it was dropping off, right in the middle of a bunch of restaurants. Crazy amount of traffic and construction going on though in the southbound lanes. I put it up here on the dash cam. They've closed a lane of traffic for almost a mile right around all these restaurants, so it's crazy. And it gets worse. So, well, not worse, actually gets better, I thought. While we're on the way to pick up at Little Caesars, we got this one add on for another $5. This McDonald's is right next door to Little Caesars. Unfortunately, it's one business north, so if I go to Little Caesars, I'm stuck because I'd have to go south, make a U-turn, come back, and do it again. So that's a great chance for me to use the jump task function, which I did, and I decided I'm going to pick up at McDonald's first. So I jumped to that task, picked up the McDonald's, and then went over to Little Caesars, and we picked up over there as well. We've got both on board, and now we're going to drop them off. Gorgeous day. So what's going on in my life? We're in the process of moving out of state from Georgia to Alabama. I've been transferring all of my other gig stuff. DoorDash is like shingles. It doesn't care. You can just pick up and go anywhere. Your home zone is automatically just reset wherever you move. With Uber, I'm going to have to get a 20-point vehicle safety thing done because the state of Alabama requires that. Grubhub changed my zone relatively easily, but Grubhub's kind of a pain because you have to be confined to your zone. But I do have a zone open there, so that's good. I changed Amazon Flex, and that is going to be an adjustment. So here in Atlanta, there's 25, 30 different places, warehouses, retail, sub same day that you can pick up at. In the area where I'm moving to in Alabama, one single sub same day warehouse, no retail, nothing else. And so I've been trying to catch blocks there. I don't see anything in the morning. I've seen some evening ones and at increased rates, but I don't like to work in the evening. And it's all the way over Mobile, Alabama, and that's nowhere near where I'm at. It's within 50 miles, I guess. So that'll take some getting used to. We'll figure that out anyway. But that's where I'm at, and DoorDash looks like it'll probably be my number one moneymaker thing when I get there. So to get these dropped off, I'm going just through parking lots and stuff and back streets because I can't do what the GPS says and get back on this main road because I'll just sit there and won't go anywhere. But we're going to drop off right now. And don't forget, we are going to do a giveaway during this premiere. We will be giving away either some Venmo money or some Cash App money, whatever method of payment you're willing to accept. Well, not whatever. It'll be up to me. It'll be one of those two. I'll do Apple Pay as well, I guess, whatever. Something big like 20 bucks. 20 bucks sounds good to me. If I could give away 20 bucks to somebody, just like I did those customers, I would like that. And I kind of felt bad because I think some of the people who subscribed to the channel thought the giveaway was a giveaway to them instead of a giveaway to my customers. So this is a way for me to kind of make good on that. So I'm going to be giving away $20 at some point during this premiere. All right, so we made our first drop, and we actually used the jump task function for that as well. I dropped off the McDonald's first, even though it wanted me to do Little Caesars first, and that was all just construction related. I wanted to go a few blocks away from the construction so that when I came back, I wouldn't have to deal with it. So that's dropped off. Now we're going to just instead of taking a main road, we're going to take some residential side streets to drop off the second one. I want to hear in the comments, since we have live chat going for this, and I can respond, what you guys think about pay by time versus pay by order. Because I have some feelings about it, and I can respond in the chat.
Keep left onto Hood Road Southwest.
I've played around with it, I think, actually quite a bit. When it first became available in my market, it paid $13.25 an hour. I put it on and I did.
1 miles, turn left onto Powder Springs Road Southwest.
I turned it on and I did 3 orders. And after the 3rd order, I was convinced that this is a big joke. And it was basically because my first one tipped, but the second 2 didn't tip. And one of them even ended up under $2 base pay because these were short little runs. So I said, this is just dumb. I need to have a knowledge of what I'm going to be doing before I pick these up. But then I decided I would try it again. And the time I tried it the second time was when I was down in Alabama on my road trip. And it was close to the end of the month. That was another thing that was motivating me. I needed to get my acceptance up, and I said, well, I'll just take whatever. I'll just, doesn't matter. But I noticed I was making more money in Alabama. Now, the rates in Alabama, the hourly rates are only $10 an hour, but everyone tipped pretty regularly there. I get stiffed half the time in Lithia Springs. I hate to say it, but half the time I get stiffed. But in Alabama, the average tip was anywhere between $3 to $5, $10. People are tipping $10 in the app. So when you take that guarantee of your tips and you add it to even a meager hourly wage of $10, it worked out pretty good. The day I did the road trip video, I made $106, and I made some pretty critical mistakes as well. But I still managed to make $100 in a short period of time. So let me know what you think about it. Here's my feeling on it. If you're working in a zone where you know that most people tip, in other words, you don't really even have to cherry pick much. Most of the orders are good. Most of the people are tipping. I think it's good if you can run it that way. You can get in a more relaxed mode of dashing. You don't have to worry about getting the next order and getting the next order, because you're getting paid the whole time you're actually on assignment. I also think if you're a top dasher, it works well to get your acceptance up. It certainly in a zone where you don't get tips, you may not make a lot of money, but at least you're getting paid if anything goes wrong. If you're having to wait, it's no big deal. You don't. It works out, I think, for just 1 or 2 days in a low-paying zone. But here's my strategy when I get to Foley.
3.6 miles, turn right onto Old Lost Mountain Road.
When I get to Foley, here's going to be my strategy. So it's kind of a touristy area. It includes the Gulf Shores. I'm still going to work every day it isn't raining, which is my schedule is now. As long as it's not raining, I'm out there working. But I'm not going to start in the middle of the night like I do here. In this area where I'm at in Lithia Springs, Georgia, I can start that app at any time, 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning, which is what I do. And it's busy. And it's really busy because a lot of the dashers come off the street about 2 in the morning or after midnight. I even thought of starting a session called DoorDash After Midnight, but that's another story. But anyway, I think I'm going to start there after 7 o'clock. Things don't seem to really open up until 7, and my day will start, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that. I'm going to leave my house and I'm going to go straight south to the beach area, because I think working in the Gulf Shores, there's a lot of hotels and resorts, timeshares, all that stuff. People are going to order DoorDash 3 meals a day there sometimes. So I'll head straight down there and I'll work by the order 3 weeks out of the month. And then I think that last week, I'm going to work by time. I'll do a whole week just by the time. And just see how it works out. I'll compare the weeks to the 4 weeks and say, okay, these 3 weeks I was doing by the order, this week I was doing by the time. How did I do? I already know the tips are much better there than here, because I can just, I can tell. I look at the base rate versus tips when I was in Alabama versus base rate versus tips here. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. So I hope you're commenting with me in the comments. Like I said, this was Welty's idea to do this as a premiere so we could have some live chat going on as well. This Just One Dash was previously recorded. I'm playing it live Monday, noon Eastern time, as we always do. But it's giving me a chance to reply in the comments. We're on our way to our second drop-off. This one is the Little Caesars, and we are going to be there in just a little bit, so let's get that one done. Okay, so we've got both deliveries dropped off, and hopefully you guys have been engaged in the chat and have been discussing whether you prefer pay by the hour or pay by time. But even a stingy market, you still, if you want to be top dasher, some people want to be top dasher, they at least want to get their acceptance above 50%. this is a good way to do it. Just at the end of the month, go on pay by time, deal with it. And you'll take orders that you don't normally take. Shop and delivers. Sometimes people avoid shop and delivers because they take longer to do. Well, pay by the hour, that's not a problem if it takes longer to do. Okay, let's get to the contest. So here are the rules. All decisions on who's the winner are final and will be decided by the judges, which are me. But it's going to be fair. Trust me, I'm going to ask a trivia question. Now, you guys, if you want to Google this up to get the answer, that's fine. It's going to be just a trivia question that I know the answer to, and I'm not going to reveal it here in this video. You have to answer the question in chat, and then I will announce who the winner is in the chat as well. The only thing that will be in the video is the question. First person to answer in the chat with the correct answer wins the prize. If there are any problems with regards to this contest, anybody feels that they were mistreated or that their answer should have been, like I said earlier, all decisions on who the winner is will be left up to the judges, who are me. All right, hopefully everybody understands. Hopefully you all think it's fair. The topic is Star Trek. Yes, if you didn't know that about Sidekick Guy, he's really into Star Trek. That and Adam 12. They were out about the same time, I think. Maybe I should have an Adam 12 trivia next week. We'll see. Anyway, so here's the question, and this is Star Trek, the original series. So this is the first series that was aired on CBS back in the 60s and such. James T. Kirk, William Shatner, that era of Star Trek. None of the movies. We're just talking about the episodes. Here's the question. Finally. In the Star Trek, the original series, how many times does the character Montgomery Scott call Captain Kirk by his first name? I'll repeat the question. How many times does engineer Montgomery Scott call Captain James T. Kirk by his first name? Which would be Jim, by the way. I'm hoping that by now somebody has the answer and somebody is the happy winner of $20. Otherwise, I'm going to be real embarrassed if nobody joined the chat to take down this video. I will only be counting the real-time chat. Commenting after the fact will not be accepted. If there was nobody in the chat, then there are no winners of this contest. Commenting the answer afterwards in the chat will not be allowed. Doing the lives did not give me a chance to interact with you, my followers, as I wanted to interact. I wanted to be able to look at chat and answer chat and things like that. And while I can't do it, verbally and visually, I'm in the chat in this premiere, and so I've been answering questions and talking to you there. And I got this idea once again. I want to give him credit. Welty, cruise on over to his channel and check him out if you haven't. It's Welty, but he spells the W with two U's, so it's U-U-E-L-T-E to find him on YouTube. U-U-E-L-T-E. I really like this kid. I mean, I met him in person, and he's got a lot of the same opinions on things and belief structures as I do. And what I admire about him is he has got the guts to say it. Okay, I try and keep my channel about the topic of door dashing, some things that are going on in my personal life, and I just avoid, the topics that he discusses. However, if anybody wants to know, I haven't heard him say anything that I completely disagree with. So, anyway, check out his channel, and that's it for Just One Dash. Really appreciate you doing it. We're going to try this format out and see if this works as a premiere instead of as a live ride-along, and we'll see how we do. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Sidekick Guy out. Stay safe. Dash on.